think I've ever been to a fucking Hardee's in my entire life. God, this is the most late 80s thing ever. This is like the late 80s, including his hair. Oh, man. Yo, this music's there. Oh, no, this guy is everything I hoped he would be. You know what that man could do to you with his mustache? Leave your thoughts in the comments. Or just tell me in bird. Yep, exactly. Hey, Dad, can we watch a Jewel grocery store? Yeah, I actually saw that. I think it's here. I think I have it in the lineup. Bro, that mustache is amazing. Hardee's is Carl's. Is Hardee's still around at all, or is it completely dead? Is going. Oh man, how the hell did like the whole what did he did like how the hell did just the tomato? We got to think about that for a second. I'm not overthinking this to try to make content because that's true. Like maybe I could see a big glob of ketchup that could definitely happen. Just the tomato falls out. How if that tomato was securely placed on top of that meat between those nice big beautiful buns? That should have not happened. That is fake.
On behalf of the chat, I'm naked right now.
Watch George Carlin. I don't know if I can. That probably would get copyrighted to shit. But maybe, yes.
That's the way we want our customers to remember their visit to Hardee's. This happened because somebody got careless in bagging his order.
The voices are different, too. Nah.
And didn't follow procedure. Hi, I'm Hope, and I take pride in my work as a frontline cashier. I don't want my customers to have problems because I didn't do my job right. Thank you, ma'am. Have a nice day and come back. Thank you.
Yo, I know there was, for those of you who are new here, there was a guy at a Blockbuster that was an assistant manager there who acted as overzealous. He acted as overzealous as they do in these training videos. I always daydreamed of punching him in the fucking face because he was so obnoxious. Only when does a tuba band follow me when I wear the chicken suit? They followed me when I was 400 pounds, though. Now they only follow me when I wear the chicken suits at Walmart.
I love to see customers happy. It gives me a great feeling. In fact, the way I see it is when a customer walks in the door, your reputation's on the line. The front line, that is.
What the fuck is this fucking music? It is the most... dude, the rap music from that Wendy's video was more tolerable than this when they rapped. Like, I thought this only kind of music was used in parodies, man. Like, I thought...
Treating customers right means more than just a smile. It means doing everything right, even little things.
Music is out of control, dude. I kind of like it, though, because it's so...
For instance, the way I greet customers, the condition of the...
Yeah, dude, I was like 420, maybe even a little bit more. That was out of control.
Dining room, even the way sandwiches are placed in a bag are all important. So let's take a look at working the front line in the way that will win customers. When a customer approaches, I spring into action.
She springs. Why do they feel this is necessary, though? Just say, like, you could still make a video that's approachable to train people that doesn't see, like, why the over-the-topness? I don't understand why they think this is good. Even back then, I just don't get it.
And I've learned that a smile usually makes even grouchy customers easier to work.
You need a corporate training video where you play the That would actually be more fitting here. Kind of like the word her face is right now. Oh, thank fuck. 8,000 people stopped messaging me.
With. And remember, don't always use the same greeting. On our front line, we greet customers in many ways.
Hi, welcome to Hardee's. May I help you, please?
Hi, what can I get for you today, Mr. Smith? Your usual?
Hi, can I take your order, please?
If we know a customer's name, we use it. But the main thing is to be yourself and relax. Don't say the same thing over and over again, like a broken record.
Try to relax your anus.
Can I say that? Would that be a good customer service? Could you imagine? Hello, here you go. Here's your food. And also, make sure to try to relax your anus. Oh, man. Rich, yeah, we got to take you to the back office. Did you tell a customer to try to relax their anus? Yeah, I was just telling them to calm down, relax. Yeah, they weren't happy about that. We need to let you go.
Hi, welcome to Hardee's. Hi, welcome to Hardee's. Hi, welcome to Hardee's. Hi, welcome to Hardee's.
After the greeting, the next critical step is listening. How many times have you seen a cashier get distracted like this?
You want it?
This is not a professional way to do business.
Okay.
I love the look of. I was more shocked that old lady was just like, she just like, they were talking before, like they were having a conversation. There was no one at the line, and the old lady was like, "Hi, I'd like a burger." She wasn't there. Like, why doesn't she maybe just go up to the counter and see if they react first? Jeremy Rubenstein, it's okay. How are you, man? What's going on? So yes, Levy, that I was answering you before.
This kind of behavior gives us a bad reputation. And we want a reputation
Well, they're actors, Timothy. They hire actors.
of being friendly,
This means sometimes they'll actually have like employees.
attentive, and fast in filling the order. Remember, we're shooting for a speed record of 60 seconds or less. One key element in speedy service is filling orders in the right sequence. That means you get
Big deluxe. Yeah, what planet is that burger coming out looking that clean?
the drink first, then the sandwich, the desserts third, and last of all, the fries.
Nice, healthy, brown, calorie-filled meal. Mmm.
See, I told you we were fast here. When we don't follow a sequence, we tend to get lost. Watch this cashier.
That'll be $2.49, sir.
What is going on? Why is it's not even sped up video? Why is it choppy?
Which way
What the fuck was with the gunshot?
will she go first? Okay, finally going for the fries, huh? Well, they get cold fast. Better hurry.
Oh my god, the 80s were hell. I know we look back at rose-colored glasses, but you had like a plague of crack on the streets in poverty-stricken areas, and oh man, war on drugs, AIDS. Oh man, but at least we had Cyndi Lauper though, right?
Now what? The apple pie, huh?
I mean, AIDS is still a thing now, but it's a manageable disease. Back then, it was a death sentence.
Now, back to look at the list again. Sure would help if she had remembered the order. Finally, the sandwich. And the drink. How much time? 70.
I think more people were in love with the veneer of Ronald Reagan than the actual policies of Ronald Reagan.
5 seconds.
Here's your order, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now watch the difference when we remember the order and
Now watch the difference when I see the order, and the time continuum takes me over to the Sonichu planet. I will sit there and eat French fries Please clap. Good old Reaganomics, trickle-down economics. Yeah. Let's just trust very wealthy people who are greedy to spread the wealth to the middle and lower classes. Sure. Hold your breath, Ronnie.
And follow the right sequence. Here's your change. First, I get the drink. Then the sandwich, the dessert.
Yeah, he was a great actor. Literally, he was an actor. Had the right look. That's all that really mattered to people. They don't look into the policies and politics of the person behind it, as long as they look good and they're like, oh, they look presidential enough. Wonderful way to vote for somebody.
And the fries. Thank you. Come back to see us. Time 26.
What if you didn't follow the sequence, literally the Hardee's building would explode. And you would have the lives of everyone who was lost on your hands because you put the burger before the fucking soda. Beat the hell out of stinks like shit. When did he actually start having... I thought it was like early 90s, though. I thought he was all there even for his whole presidency. Beat the hell out of the stinks like shit button? Absolutely.
Stinks like shit.
I tasted the hot sauce from dinner with that one.
Seconds. So remember this sequence and follow it. Drinks, sandwich, dessert, fries. It saves you steps and your customers time.
Yo, this is like from the mid-'80s. She's like 60 now. That's weird. No, 50s. Late 50s.
But that's not all. The right sequence is also important to keep the food fresh. Whether it's fries or sandwiches, never serve food that's gone past its holding time. Ma'am, we're in the process of cooking some fresh bacon cheeseburgers. If you'll have a seat, I'll bring them right out to you.
Don't forget about me.
No, ma'am, I won't forget. I'll bring them right out. If a customer has to wait for something to cook, I let them know right away, and I keep an eye on it so I can take it right out when it's ready. If you explain delay...
Remember to see those foam things? You don't get those foam things anymore because they are not environmentally friendly. The foam things to put the burger in, the clamshell shit, they don't give those anymore.
...delays to customers, they...
I get it, and I'm glad they're gone, but they did help keep the burgers luscious. Luscious beef. Ass man gold. He's curious about my obsession with birds. Tell him it's fine.
Usually don't get upset. Hi, can I help you?
Yes, ma'am. I'd like a big...
Whenever an order is to go...
Become ungovernable, do it out of sequence. Your reputation is on the line, though.
Oh, we follow the same sequence for filling the order.
Yes, they breathe better in the styrofoam. But again, look, the losses I'll take for not having the styrofoam if it is hugely beneficial to the environment. Wrap up my sandwich in paper. Who gives a shit? You know what I mean? I think it was even McDonald's or Burger King back in like the early 90s or 80s. They tried to, so it kept everything really fresh, where they had like the bun in one part of the foam, then they had like the lettuce and tomato in another part, then they had the, like, you made the burger, like, oh look, your meat's gonna stay nice, and it was like 5 pounds of foam for a burger. It's like, this can't be fucking sustainable. Been a while since I've seen you.
Remember to lay box sandwiches flat.
Look here! Look, listen!
That, you know what would be funny? Could you picture if Wings was behind the counter working at like a Hardee's or McDonald's, and like a customer was being really annoying, and he just like goes,
Look here! Look, listen!
customer won't be attacked by a blob of mayonnaise when he opens the box.
Ban anybody who says to put a blob of mayonnaise on their sandwich. Wings would stress eat a hamburger in between customers. He would just like turn around and go, trust me, I used to do that, so I know.
Chatting with customers makes even
Yes.
sweeping more enjoyable.
In a
At
second,
least the time
probably.
passes faster. You know, I'm not sure what kind of work I may be doing after college, but I do know I've learned a lot here, making customers happy.
Like even as like a 60, what is even in Reagan days, what the fuck was $3 and change an hour? Are you kidding me? Yes, and yes, I can.
I am thoroughly tickled.
Quantum would be great. There are lots of bottles and breastfeeding at the same.
I'm not gonna put it in a bottle and breastfeed it to you.
Oh man. Oh, these fucking people.
Selling, even how to keep a place tidy.
Hi, Hope.
Hi, and I
You say hope or ho? Hi ho. Yo, it sounds like. Doesn't it? Listen.
selling, even how to keep a place tidy.
Hi, Hope.
I mean, you hear kind of a, but it really, hi ho. He's saying hope, but it sounds.
Hi, and I love it when customers remember my name.
I love it when customers call me a hoe. Oh, God.
Like I said, when a customer steps up to the front line, my reputation's on the line.
See, the problem, he uses a copyrighted instrumental for that barbecue and foot massage thing. I think it's from Monica. Hold on. This has to be newer. It seems very new. It seems I feel like we've watched this before. Whatever, it's still ridiculous, so we'll watch it again.
Thank you. Come back and see us. Did you get it?
22 seconds flat.
That's great.
That's the
Could you imagine if this was real? They were sitting there timing how fast they could put out orders. Yeah, anybody, even people who want to move up in the company are not that fucking enthusiastic. Stop it. Come back down to planet Earth. Give me a break.
fastest in the business.
The fastest drive-through in the business. That's what we're after anyway. Our Hardee's is working to have the fastest, most accurate drive-through window service in the company. With the changes made in Hardee's in the last couple of years, that won't be hard to do. Over 50% of Hardee's business is done at the drive-through window. That makes this the
Is it good? I've never had it before. All I'm saying is, congratulations, Moral. You're the first person who has complimented a Hardee's that I've ever met. Yeah, I was about to say, someone said it in the chat. Lee, yo, her eyes were kind of bugged out, huh? I noticed that.
the busiest cash register in the restaurant. And because it's the busiest, it's also got to be the fastest.
Yo, why does she look possessed? Straight up, she's like, hi. You don't have, oh man, can I get a breastfed? Of course you can.
I'm not gonna put it in a bottle and breastfeed it to you. I'm not gonna put it in a bottle and breastfeed it to you. I'm not gonna put it in a bottle and breastfeed it to you.
I know he seethes that I have that on the soundboard. It's Carl's Jr. in the Midwest. Okay. Analog horror is horror that emphasizes old VHS quality of found footage. I didn't know it was called that, but I've seen some of that. It's pretty dope. It's cool, yeah. Analog, I'm going to fuck with that later and look at it.
Americans are in love with their automobiles. We spend quite a lot of time in them, but no one likes to have to wait in a car. something we nevertheless must do a lot.
Yeah, this is still 80s, man. Crazy 80s. I can tell by those cars.
People who come to our drive-thru are in a hurry, or else they would have taken the time to come inside. And because they're in a hurry, we've got to be fast. And the only way we're going to be fast is to get our act together. ACT stands for Action, Commitment, and Teamwork.
Oh, they always have these fucking acronyms. They always have these acronyms, and they always used to annoy me. When I used to have to sit there, they would make you come into like the office at like 8 o'clock in the morning. You're tired, and I could just picture it. I'm just envisioning. I don't remember what job it was for, but I feel like I'm there, where it's just like you're there. Your eyes are like half open, and you're like, I don't even want to fucking work here. And they want me to remember these stupid fucking acronyms for training, and it's like this.
It works like this. As soon as a car approaches our drive-thru, we go into action. There's no reason a customer should have to wait at the menu board. The order taker takes the order, being as polite and cheerful as possible, so the customer knows he's dealing with a person and not a machine.
Oh, God.
That brings me to commitment. Everybody in our restaurant, but especially the drive-thru crew, are committed to serving that customer as fast and accurately as possible. And to do that, you need teamwork. Everybody participates. Everybody has a job.
Fucking kill me.
Your total is $3.19. Please drive through. Hi, I'm Deborah. The order taker is the nerve center of the drive-through operation.
The nerve center. The nerve center. Someone at corporate wrote that and thought it was brilliant. They thought like, oh my God, we got it. The nerve center of the operation.
It's my job to take the customer's order accurately, being as friendly as possible, and get them to the window as quickly as possible. I guide the customer through their order, then I communicate it to the rest of the crew and help the others out as much as possible. Some tips for being a good order taker. First, you've got to be a good listener. Pay attention to the customer and speak clearly when you talk to them. Second, don't turn off the speaker too fast. The customer may want to make a change in their order. Wait till you hear them driving off. Finally, do anything you can to help out your teammates. Do whatever you can to keep that customer moving. Welcome to Hardee's. May I take your order, please?
Cabinet. From here, I'm ready to bag any of the orders that come up at the drive-thru. A lot of the time, I act as a go-between for the drive-thru and the back line, letting them know any special needs. It's my job to assemble the orders as quickly and as accurately as possible. Here are some special tips. 1. Make sure you've got plenty of bags ready.
Yeah, the accent was why she's saying everything she said. She kind of sounds like a female Chris Chan. Like her inflections of her words is odd, you know?
Readily available to fill orders. 2. If you're also in charge of drawing drinks, get them first and get them out of the way. 3. If you're waiting on something,
I'm not commenting on fucking potentially at the time teenage girls. Come on.
Start bagging the next order. Just don't forget the first one. Most importantly, if there's a delay in any
Granted, they're probably fucking older than me now, but you get my point.
order, let the window know as soon as possible so they can make a decision about pulling a car forward. Excuse me.
Nah, if this is like mid-80s, man, they're like definitely like deep in their 50s.
I've got an order to fill.
Hi, my name is Theta. As drink drawer, my job is to prepare all drinks for the drive-thru. From here at the drink station, I can hear the orders come in from the drive-thru and have them ready, sometimes even before the customers are through placing the order. Here are some tips for the drink drawer. First, be sure to keep the station properly stocked with cups, lids, tea, milk, juice, and coffee. Finally,
You know those places in real life are not that fucking clean. You know goddamn well.
lid all drinks and mark any drinks other than Coke. Sometimes it's hard to tell a Diet Coke from a Coke or a Sprite from a water. It doesn't take long to mark the lids, and the customers really appreciate it. See ya.
Laura's a really good bagger. She almost always fills the orders right, but everyone makes mistakes occasionally. I check the order to make sure everything's included and slide the orders down, making sure they stay in the proper sequence. If there's a problem with an order, it's my job to let the other...
What is the incentive? I always find that funny when I worked for, like, retail jobs. They used to, like, some places for a while anyway gave incentives. Like, hell, even Circuit City for a time was commission-based, man. But then they got rid of all that. So it was like, here is, congratulations, you get to keep your job.
Team members know and to help get it resolved quickly. If you're doing this job, just remember to keep your...
It's called the Appalachian Southern accent. Oh, okay. Man, people, I feel like I have, like, my audience is like a thesaurus that I have on hand. You could always find out everything at any given moment when you're live streaming.
Condiments, trays, straws, and napkins stocked.
Well, so Mojo, more responsibility, less pay. You know something that's funny what they do is they'll kind of like carrot on a stick people who work in retail, and they're like, hey, we'll give you a job making, as an assistant manager, you'll get a salary, you'll get like 50 to 60,000 a year, which, okay, that sounds good, right? But the thing about it, what they fuck you with is that you don't get overtime. You're salaried. So that's how they wiggle through. So it's now you're there 70 fucking hours a week. So if you really think about it, you're not making much more because you're putting in more hours. But like, hey, you're making a salary, so aren't you excited? No, because now my life is fucking destroyed. And if you really do the math and divide everything out, I'm still making the same amount of money. You just get to keep me here more and give me more responsibilities. It's fucked, man. Yes, that lady's hair does look like Dr. Disrespect's wig. Welcome to the 80s, and Dr. Disrespect is rocking 80s.
Thank you. Come again. And I'm Cindy, the cashier. I'm the one that deals with the customers in person. I have to
Yeah, man. I remember people used to, there was people I remember were excited to move into management, and I'm like, oh, good luck with that. And then like, they'd be like, yo, I'm here all the time. I'm like, yeah, they got you. They got you. That's how they get you. Oh, yeah, you'll make a salary. You can make a living. But you might as well put a bed in the back fucking office, and you'll never see your fucking family again.
handle each transaction quickly and accurately. And most important, I get to thank the customer for coming to Hardee's. I have a few tips for you too. First, when the customer gets to the window, greet him in a friendly manner and tell him the total of his order. Second, if there's a problem with an order, it's
Jesus. Fucking... I feel like nowadays one person does several of these things they used to have divided between several people. Well, yeah, because now they have more technology. They would love to just get rid of employees if they could, but it's going to be a long time before everything becomes that automated. They hate it, though. They don't want to pay people.
It's up to you to make a decision. Should you wait a few more seconds on the order, or if it's not ready, have the car pull up to help speed up service for other customers. If you're having a lot of delays, let the management know. And that's our drive-thru team.
Wait a minute, what about me?
Oh, yeah. This is Irene, our manager.
That's right. It's my job.
It's so funny. Look, I get it's a corporate video. What are they going to do? But who is that happy to be? It'd be like some weird dystopian fucking future if you like went in there and they were all smiling at you like that. Like, this is hell.
Job to oversee the entire operation, to make sure that our customers receive superior service at all times. Right now, I'm overseeing the drive-thru area to make sure that the team is experienced and everyone is working well together. It's also my job to make sure that the employees are all part of the team. For instance, the back line. It's essential that all backline employees work well together. No matter how fast the front line and the drive-thru crews are, if there's no product, the service will be slow. The backline crew is an essential part of the team. The production cabinet helps, but it must be used properly. If there is a delay, the backline must inform the bagger as soon as possible. A team doesn't always have to be this big, but it does have to be this good. Lots of Hardee's offer service as fast as ours with fewer people. Remember, a team...
It's like such a soulless room. There's like no... It's all just like off-white. God, places like this are so soul-crushing, man.
...is only as strong as its weakest link.
Our team has set a speed goal of 30-second service and an accuracy goal of 100%. We want our customers to spend as little time as possible in the drive-thru window while giving them hospitable service and the best food in town. It's easy to do. All you have to do is get your act together. That's action, commitment,
Get your act together.
and teamwork.
Oh, God. 1989. Wow, we're getting into the... You could tell it was a little more modern than the other one. This sounds like a porn. Think to prevent shrink. Is he talking about penis or what is Oh my God, there's Tang. There's Tang in the garbage. What are we gonna do? Oh my God, the Tang! Not the Tang! Hi, welcome to Hardee's. Can I take your order? Yes, I'll get the fisted and intro guy fart combo, please. I don't know. What do you mean fisted? I'll give you this.
I'm not going to put it in a bottle and breastfeed it to you.
Yeah, I think Tang is done. They don't sell Tang anymore. Why is this coming out of just on my left ear? Yo, when is this video from? 92? Yeah, you wouldn't see people smoking in a back room. You live in poverty? Just get your act. Hey, Reaganomics, baby. Well, no, that was 89, so he was out by then. We were in... Not that George H.W. Bush was any different. Read my lips. No new taxes. Oh my God, the pickles fell. Looks like a bunch of logs of shit on the floor. And walks by a man. A man with breasts stealing a magazine. All points bulletin. A man with a blue shirt with man titties has stole a magazine. I repeat, a man in a blue shirt that's tight with man titties has stolen a magazine.
Not exactly what you'd expect to see occurring in your store, is it? Well,
God, this guy's serious.
the truth is that unfortunately many of these occurrences do happen. The trick is not to let them happen to you.
It's like a Unsolved Mysteries intro.
This segment on loss prevention is a very important part of your orientation. To keep your store operating successfully, your store's product and asset losses must be kept to an absolute
I don't even know the full story on that, but
minimum. And that means getting familiar with loss prevention. Losses in your store can occur in a number of ways. Through the mishandling of merchandise, through poor housekeeping, through paperwork errors, through shoplifting, through vendor theft or internal theft, even through unclean or unsafe conditions inside and outside your store. All of these occurrences contribute to what is known as shrink. That is the value of merchandise that is lost during the process of moving that merchandise from the back door through the front. This tape is going to highlight a number of fundamental loss prevention practices that are very important to all of us. The importance of reducing our store's shrink cannot be overstated. Shrink adds to the cost of doing business, which can result in increased prices for our customers. It's a problem that can
oh my God.
also steal our store's profits as well as our jobs. Your efforts with regard
Jesus, put some fucking scare tactics into people. Christ almighty.
to loss prevention fit right in with our team concept. And that's because everyone, from their first day on the job, can make a valuable contribution to fight shrink. So welcome aboard our loss prevention team. And just remember, to think to prevent shrink.
Think to prevent shrink. I know it said it before, I know. But, oh, God. What these fucking people think of to try to get you, to brainwash you, or train you, excuse me.
Before we go any further, let's take a look to see exactly what shrink is and exactly how it can impact the success of your store. Shrink is defined as the difference in the value of merchandise received through the back door as compared to the value actually...
He said we're safe through the back door.
obtained from that merchandise when it leaves through the front door. To explain this a bit more clearly, let's take a look at how shrink happens. Here are some typical examples. A case of grape jam falls during transport, and 3 jars break. Since each jar sells for $1.59, your store's loss is $4.77. A vendor's delivery of potato chips is 3 cases short. The store's receiver didn't check the delivery and missed the shortage. Each case sells for $19.08. The loss from this incident is $57.24. A grocery clerk carelessly cuts a case of cereal. 2 boxes of Rice Krispies are cut and cannot be sold.
Well, now we're fucked, aren't we? The Rice Krispies are destroyed.
Since each box sells for $2.09, the loss here is $4.18. The produce clerk stocks a case of peppers on top of the existing display without rotating the product. 8 pounds of peppers at 99.
8 pounds of peppers. 8 pounds of peppers. 8 pounds of peppers. Pounds.
9 cents a pound becomes spoiled. The loss here in produce, $7.92. A deli clerk mistakenly discards an end cut of bologna.
I don't know. The deli clerk took a giant shit in the garbage. That has nothing to do with shrink, but it's still disgusting, so we're showing it to you.
2 pounds at $3.20 a pound means a loss of $6.40.
Don't throw your beef in the garbage, god damn it.
Cashier forgets to check the bottom of a carriage and fails to ring a 25-pound bag of dog food. The loss here is $9.99. A clerk sees a shoplifter conceal 2 steaks and fails to report the incident to management.
I know what happens, but yo, just imagine, like, especially with how obvious he did here. Here's me stealing some beef. Like, imagine shoplifting beef. All right. I mean, I know it happens. It is just funny. I mean, people literally take a shit in the middle of a grocery store, so why would this shock me? There's a KFC training video for honey barbecue wings. The Bohemian Rhapsody bit and the Wayne's World bits. That's all I'm going to say for now, okay?
The loss here, $18. An employee takes a few items almost every day after having his lunch. This has gone unnoticed for a week until the employee is caught by his manager. The total of the items unpaid for and lost,
What the fuck is he taking? A snack?
$7.50. In just these few examples, the merchandise lost added up to a total loss of $120. Now, you'll remember from our orientation segment that the profit on the merchandise we sell is less than a penny on the dollar, less than 1%. That means that the extra sales needed to make up for this loss comes to over $16,000. And even if that enormous amount of extra sales were to occur, your store's profit would still be 0. And that's a problem for everyone.
Jesus, man, he's making it like this shit's life or death. What was he fucking taking? Gummy bears? You could get fired for gummy bears, but I guess so.
Right from your first day on the job, a little bit of common sense and pride in what you do will be a tremendous...
Imagine catching a felony because you shoplifted gummy bears as a snack.
...help to your store's loss prevention efforts. No matter what position and area you're working in, there's a lot you can do throughout your store to help control shrink. Let's take a quick tour.
Oh, let's go. This week on Unsolved Mysteries, the missing jam.
First stop is grocery, our biggest department. Here, a couple of helpful tips and a little bit of common sense will go a long way towards minimizing potential losses. First, keep an eye out for any merchandise that is in danger.
$1,500 of liquor? Oh, man. I mean, yeah, don't steal shit anything, but, like, it's a consumable item. Was he, like, trying to redistribute it? Or was he, like, is he an alcoholic who was, like, getting his fix? Interesting. Jesus Christ.
Birds.
Danger of becoming damaged. In addition to reducing shrink, this can also prevent loss due to potential employee or customer accidents. Remember, keeping your store neat will help to keep it safe. When using a case cutter, be sure to open all cases carefully. Besides preventing injury to yourself, handling this tool correctly will help to prevent damage to the merchandise inside. To prevent potential loss or misuse by customers, don't leave price guns, vendor price stickers, paid stickers, or any other material used to label or price merchandise.
I hate those fucking guns. I think they're mostly a dead... I haven't worked in retail in a very long time, but they're mostly a dead thing now, but ugh.
Unattended. Pricing...
Oh yeah, Golden Crisp. That was a really... Yeah, they're super dead, A&P. That was a really mediocre cereal, at least to me.
Is something that we want to be able to control. Another tip is to avoid placing price stickers on removable lids or plastic covers.
People would switch them around. This is your job at Walmart. Yeah, I know. I have a friend who's been working at Walmart for ages.
This will help to prevent customers from placing lower price lids on more expensive items. If you see any stray items, especially perishables, that a customer may have left in the aisle, return it to the appropriate department immediately, especially items that require refrigeration.
I still wouldn't try, even if that shit was out for an hour, man. Especially like ground turkey. Ground turkey, the date that is on ground turkey is a fucking lie, because that shit has like an expiration. It starts to go bad in like 5 hours.
Here too, simply being alert to situations that could cause product to be damaged will help in reducing shrink. Make sure product is
Yeah, you can't put... I mean, unless you feel that shit, unless it feels like refrigerator cold, you don't put that shit back. Are you fucking mad?
stacked neatly on the shelf to avoid falling and being damaged.
Put that cheese back properly. Is that cheese or butter? Why am I overthinking? Who gives a fuck?
And keep an eye out for any leaking.
Oh, the juice. The fucking juice is leaking. What did you do? What did you do back in 1992? Make the juice leak?
Packages that could also damage surrounding merchandise. In general, try to keep the dairy case clean and odor-free. Check to see that all cooler doors remain closed so that perishable products will stay fresh. Product that requires refrigeration or that must be kept frozen should not be allowed to warm or thaw while stocking. All dairy and frozen products should be...
This even needs to be a... Yeah, check dates and don't leave cold shit where it's not going to stay cold. Like, I guess you do.
Rotated.
I guess you do need to be trained for that.
Means that items with the earliest expiration date should be placed at the front of the case to ensure they are sold first. Also, be alert to return any misplaced
seal test. I don't even remember that.
Refrigerated items to their proper spot in the display case. And be sure to observe your store's load stacking limits to prevent spoilage. Always take special care when handling eggs. One broken egg in a carton will keep a customer from buying the whole dozen. And one broken egg on the floor could cause an accident, possibly costing your store thousands of dollars. Alert the manager in charge should you think that any refrigeration or freezer unit is operating improperly. Being alert can help to prevent a significant loss of merchandise.
Think. God damn it, think. You work at a fucking grocery store. You're a professional. Think.
Okay, let's take a peek in the back room. There's
Yeah, I've seen that. They'll like put it with like the soda. It's like, oh yeah, I don't want this anymore. It is what it is, man. Josh Khan, I think you said that is your job at Walmart.
plenty of opportunity to prevent shrink back here. First of all, when you're working the back room, good housekeeping is essential.
God, working in those back storage areas was fucking hell.
Keeping this area neat and orderly will ensure that merchandise does not get mixed up or damaged and will provide...
Yeah, I remember seeing AMPs kind of slowly fading away, and then, yeah, they're no more.
...for a safer place in which to work. Keeping the receiving...
How did they go bankrupt? I wish I got to look into that story.
...area orderly will also reduce the opportunity for loss as vendors deliver shipments. Control all salespeople and vendors in the backroom areas. Limit their access to your store's designated vendor staging area, the marked area of the receiving floor. Remember, it's your area. Protect it. Make sure all receiving doors are locked.
Yeah, it was all those eggs that just, all those cracked eggs they couldn't financially.
And alarmed when unattended. If you should see any strangers in the back room area, ask them for identification and notify your manager immediately. Carefully count all incoming shipments and make sure you receive what you signed for. Each carton should be opened and checked for proper contents.
Ask. I need some identification. You were in the back room of an AMP. The fuck am I, a cop? There's someone back there robbing shit. You think I'm going to get shot for minimum wage? Fuck out of here.
And checked off item by item. And never accept personal gifts or samples from a vendor. You don't want to give the appearance to your manager or your team members that you are engaging in any improper practice. Handle all merchant...
Selling your soul for a bag of chips? Oh, God. Some people obviously would, though, because it had to be said, so that was the reason they said it.
Merchandise carefully. Just because it's in a large shipping carton doesn't mean it can't be damaged by improper or careless handling. If merchandise should become damaged, alert your supervisor to the problem immediately. Also, never throw away any product, no matter how damaged it might look, without first checking with your manager. And report to your manager if you should find any saleable or credit...
What? Yo, that's like some Hitman shit, man. That's like some Iceman shit. Yo, there used to be a grocery store I'd go to after it closed a couple years ago. They found a body behind the freezers. Body was there for 8 years. Holy fuck. That's like some Richard Kuklinski shit.
Credit merchandise in the trash container. And try to be conscientious when you use supplies.
You saw that story on Reddit.
When a supply item is taken from a shelf and not recorded as being used, it is unaccounted for.
The kid, so it wasn't a murder? Like the kid slipped, fell, died, and no one looked for him? I gotta look into that. That's nuts.
And shows up as shrink. Use only the specific supplies provided.
That's kind of sad if you think about it. The person died and no one looked for them.
Shrink can take a big bite out of profits in all of these departments. All of the merchandise sold in these departments is perishable, and that means extra care must be taken when handling or displaying these types of foods. Make sure to practice good housekeeping and product
looks like cat barf.
Handling practices in these areas. Product on the floor can be a safety hazard and can result in even greater losses. Of course, all of the food sold in these departments is susceptible to contamination by bacteria. So cleanliness and proper sanitation is extremely important, as is proper rotation. And as in the dairy and frozen food areas, if you suspect that any refrigeration unit isn't working properly...
But, okay, so maybe they couldn't hear him scream or whatever, but how the fuck was like, I need to file a missing persons... I gotta look into that. That is insane.
Alert your manager. When slicing and weighing a customer's order, do so carefully and accurately. This will ensure that the customer gets what they pay for and your store receives the proper payment for the merchandise sold. In the deli department, salads should be turned frequently to keep them fresh and saleable. In the seafood department, products should be kept moist and displayed according to proper procedures.
My mom worked at a grocery store in Texas in the 80s and 90s. She had a story about a woman taking a dump while she was working at a register. I believe it. Dude, people, like I said to you, there's literally, like, I think it was Michael Rappaport that put it up on Twitter. There is this woman who just walks in, just like goes to like the vegetable aisle, moves her, just squats, shoots out diarrhea, and walks away like nothing happened.
In general, the products sold in these departments require extra care to ensure their freshness and salability, and to minimize the shrink associated with product loss.
Minimize your shrink, sir.
In the produce department, shrink can be minimized simply by handling all items carefully. If product looks damaged or bruised, customers will simply put it aside and it will go unsold, creating a loss for your store. Also, you'll need to rotate these items, as you would with any perishable product. Remember, if you wouldn't buy it yourself, you can't expect a customer to want it. This is especially...
God, what tedious work sitting there flipping around the vegetables.
Especially true when it comes to salad bars. If your store has one, make sure it's always kept clean and looking appetizing.
Imposter syndrome, an internal experience of believing that you are not as competent as others perceive you to be. I gotta look into that more.
Good housekeeping in this department will also minimize loss by preventing unnecessary customer or employee accidents. Last, but most certainly not least, is the front end. To make sure this area is running smoothly, your front-end manager will periodically perform a spot check at your register. These checks help to check on your accuracy as well as the accuracy of our systems.
It's called an audit.
If you're working here in the front end...
Those are fucking nightmares. You gotta scan the entire fucking store. Oh my God, kill me.
You're going to be handling merchandise and money. Both should be handled properly. First, let's talk about handling and ringing merchandise. While many of our stores have automatic scanning devices at the checkout, losses still do occur. Here are some helpful hints to help reduce shrink at the front end. Make sure to scan or ring.
Oh, dude, I work at inventory or audits or whatever they call them. It's technically an audit because you want to see like what the number of things you're supposed to have as opposed to the number you actually have. So you literally have to sit there with this stupid fucking gun. Let's pretend the bird is a gun, and you scan each thing.
All items.
Shut up! I didn't tell you to talk. Go back to 1992, and it just dip, another one, dip, another one. Hours upon hours upon hours upon hours, staying after the store fucking closes, and then you have to audit sometimes while the store, and then customers don't give a shit. They're like, "Excuse me, I don't care that I'm fucking you up right now. Could you check a price on this?" "Yeah, I don't want it. Go fuck yourself. Hope I screwed up your audit." Fucking kill me. Fuck, I'd rather shove this bird up my ass.
Nothing contributes more to shrink than allowing an item to leave the store unpaid for. Keeping this in mind, be sure to check the bottom of all carts for items a customer may have placed there. And be sure to remove all circulars to check for any merchandise beneath.
Polaroid, getting that film. Gotta have the film. So 90s.
Always be sure to ring each item under the correct department and at the correct price. If you're not sure about produce identification, ask your front-end manager.
Oh, God, Kmart, kind of like Walmart. Man. Especially towards the end when they stopped caring, when they knew the company was going under. Those places looked like hell holes, man. Same with Sears. Bro watches videos like watching the fitness pacer at the gym in middle school. Oh, the torture. Yeah, dude, they're all the same. And then they were so soul-crushing because they would make you usually watch, whether you're working in an office or working in retail, you watch these training videos. And you're just sitting there, and then it's like you're like half asleep because they have you up at like the ass crack of dawn. And then it's like, yo, go out and work. And then they have you working with somebody who doesn't really want to train you. Oh, that's the best. God, I remember one of the jobs it was part of where I was working at IBM right before. That was the last job I had before YouTube. And this guy, I don't even remember his name, he was training me. He did not want to fucking train me. You could tell he didn't want to help me. I had no idea. He was like, he He made it as obvious as possible. I want nothing to do with you. Oh, man. Corporate America's great.
If an item doesn't scan and isn't marked, don't guess at the price. Ask for a price check.
It's not that it gets me. It's just, I get it, too. Like, it's like, I got to deal with training this fucking guy. But, what do you want me to do? They chose you to trade me. Just, why don't you not act like a dick? Just a thought. But that's how, if worked at FedEx showed us, of course, man, they hate unions. They don't want you to be protected. They want to fucking take away benefits from you. They would take away your job if they could.
When bagging your customer's order, do so with care. Broken or damaged items will most likely be returned by an unhappy customer, causing a loss for your store in more ways than one. Proper bagging is really just an extension of good customer service. Okay, let's talk about handling money. First and foremost, handle all cash, checks, coupons, and other forms of payment carefully and properly. You're going to be responsible for the contents of your cash drawer, so always make it a practice to lock your drawer if you should leave your register area for any reason.
And also make sure, if you were like me in my scenario, there's a camera where every register is. So if an employee you were working with at a restaurant is stealing shit, you could catch her red-handed instead of her. They didn't have a camera back there. She got away with it too, man. She got fucking away with it. Pissed me off. I have to stay late every fucking time I work with her to count the draw 18 times. I'm like, yeah, she stole shit. Put a camera there. Like, why am I staying late? It's not my fucking job. I know I bitched about this before, but it really pissed me off.
Only accept checks that meet your store's requirements. If you're unsure about a check from a customer, simply ask your front-end manager. Always take the time to count your customer's change properly. This will...
So weird that, I think of 1992 in my head, it feels more modern than if you look at this, you could tell it's so fucking long ago. It's amazing how your perception is always different than the reality.
Ensure that you'll end your shift with the correct amount of money in your drawer. And remember, it's company policy that you must never check out a friend or relative. Your trainer will go into each of these areas.
She wasn't bad looking, but she was a fucking thief. And again, they're like, oh, we need to figure this out. I'm like, who's we? I did my job. It's not me because whenever this other person is not working here, the draw is fine. Or maybe, shit happens. It's off by $2. You have 5,000 people walking in and out. Shit like that happens. But it was fine. When she's here, oh, look, the draw's $100 off. What else do you need at that point? And again, like I said, she just disappeared like a fucking phantom. You know what I mean?
Is in greater detail. In the meantime, however, your alertness to certain situations and a little bit of common sense can help your store and your team a great deal more than you...
Whoa. What happened there? Is he turned into Max Headroom?
You might imagine. Let's take a look at it.
Yeah, there was another couple that worked there that stole a bunch of money, and her husband had a coke addiction, and they also disappeared too. Isn't life great? Yeah, he went I know it's bad tracking. It's obviously a VHS tape, but he Max Headroom.
A couple of other areas that contribute to your store's shrink.
Your store's shrink. I'm stealing something. Look at me. Look at my acting. All right, Scorsese, pick up this guy. He's changing the price of the meat. That son of a bitch.
Steve.
Yo.
There's a guy in aisle 6 who's changing the price label on a package of meat. Why don't you point him out to me?
That son of a bitch.
Remember, if you see or suspect a customer of shoplifting, do not take action yourself. Try to keep the person in view until you can tell your manager what you observed. Your manager will take it from there. The best way you can help prevent shoplifting is to provide exceptionally good customer service. If you see a customer that you have your doubts about, ask if you can be of assistance. The best defense is to let the customer know that you are aware of their presence.
Yo, I always remember at a place I worked at, there was this dude who was caught shoplifting. I actually, you know, it's funny. I just was there shopping. I wasn't even working there at that time, but I saw the situation. And this, like, teenage kid got caught shoplifting. And it was, like, a whole bunch of shit. And, of course, they play the victim when they get caught. They got caught right on camera, too. And the manager was there. He's like, please, sir, let me shake your hand. I'm sorry. And the manager's like, I don't want to shake your fucking hand. It's like, why are you trying to shake his hand? You got caught stealing, you little fucking dork. Just take the consequences. I don't know what made me think of that story, but here we are. I love how obvious they make it that they're like, yeah.
Hi. May I help you with something?
No. Just, looking, thanks.
Okay. Have a nice day.
If you are
Oh, yeah, go to jail for aspirin. Good idea.
attentive to the customer, they will probably think twice about trying to steal from your store. And if, like most of our customers, they have honest intentions, well, they'll be just as pleased with your efforts to assist them. Either way, you and your store come out the winner.
Internal theft. Think. Use the brains that God gave you.
Hey, Chris. These are great. What do you think? I'll grab a bag and we'll have them with lunch.
Yo, let me bring you down this aisle right here. Let's just steal this bag of potato chips. Talk about stealing the bag of potato chips. Yo, these are great with lunch. Let's just have them. Oh, God. I know what happens. I know what happens. It's just incredible how stupid fucking people are, though.
Clearly, this type of situation is unacceptable. As we covered earlier, any type of product loss affects your store negatively.
You know, it would stop even more product loss. I know you're dead now, A&P. Paying people more, where they could afford more. They're not living on minimum wage or close to minimum wage. Maybe they wouldn't have to steal that bag of chips if they were actually appreciated at their jobs. I'm not saying overpay for the job. I understand it's retail, but not pay them shit. Just a thought.
Ask your manager to explain the proper procedure for purchasing items to eat or drink while at your store. The key point to remember is, don't become involved in any...
Oh, God, A&P. I remember going to A&Ps all the time as a kid. C-Town.
Anything that is less than honest. If you're aware of someone, anyone, doing something that is less than honest, do them a favor and tell them to stop. Taking this simple step will let them know that you are...
Hey, you, stealing chips. Stop. Oh, well, now you got me.
...uncomfortable, and that they are at risk. After all, their reputation...
Nah, C-Town wasn't in the hood where I was at. You got to realize this was the 80s, though. Maybe C-Town is a hood store. I don't know.
...in future, and possibly yours, are at stake. We understand that many people don't like to get involved in these types of situations. The trouble is, once you know
Family dollars, you will find it questionable areas where I'm from.
About it, you are involved. We clearly understand...
Rich, that's socialism, damn it. Next, you're going to say you're a communist, Rich. I know you're kidding.
Some people's reluctance to confront a co-worker in these matters. Your trainer will explain how you should report any activity that you feel is detrimental to your store and your team. Protecting the store itself is also an important element in thinking to prevent shrink. In your community, your store is an important asset. That's why we ask that you treat it with respect. Follow company policies, including smoking only in designated...
They say all these things to make you feel important. How about a little bit more pay? Then people would give a shit more. It's just how human beings work, and but...
...designated areas. Stay alert and keep an eye out for any...
Because here's the thing. I understand that there's people that sit there and crunch numbers and all this stuff like that, but you know it would stop shrink if people gave a shit more because they were being paid more, so they would be more careful. If you give people throwaway wages, they're going to treat their job like a throwaway job.
Potential problems. If you should see any situation that you think needs attention, report it to your manager at once. We are committed to providing a clean and safe environment for our customers to shop in and for you to work in.
Shrink. Think.
As with any aspect of your job, don't hesitate to ask your manager or other members of the management team to assist.
I love how they're sitting there having like an in-depth conversation about a thing of Huggies diapers open. Like, yeah, it's ripped open. Like, let someone know. You know, what are they talking about there for this entire thing?
You with any loss prevention effort. And remember,
switch around your vegetables, goddammit.
No matter where you work or how good you are at what you do, we know that mistakes can and do happen.
Ah!
The biggest mistake you can make, though, is hiding or not correcting it. This is especially true if you price something incorrectly or even damage some merchandise inadvertently. Let your manager know. They will be happy to help you correct the mistake. As you've seen during this presentation, there are many ways you can help to enhance your team's loss prevention efforts in reducing shrink. Take pride in your store and in your own role as a member of our loss prevention team.
What am I going to say? If they were paid more, they would take more pride.
We need you out there. So always remember to think to prevent shrink.
But why pay more when you could just make overthought training videos and threaten people and just say, yeah, we'll fire you if you don't do it? But it doesn't work because most people are like, oh, fuck me, fuck you, fire me. I'll go get the next minimum wage job somewhere else.